All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you Seminole Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book, man. All right, now what I want to get into today is Daniel, the second chapter, man. All right, but mainly the part I want to get is in the 44th verse. That's the main point I want to get, man. All right, but I'm gonna start at the 31st verse and break it all down. But the main part that I want to get is in the 44th verse. All right, because the kingdom of heaven is for no other nation besides the nation of Israel, man. And that point is going to be made in the 44th verse, man. All right, the kingdom of heaven is only for the nation of Israel. No other kingdom, no other nation is going to rule in the kingdom of heaven when Yahweh Shai comes back, man. All right, and we're going to prove that, all right, in the 44th verse, all right, and we're also going to get that in the Revelation, the 11th chapter, man. All right, we're going to precept it with Revelation 11, man. All right, now when you read Daniel the second chapter, right, it's about Nebuchadnezzar, all right. He had a dream, all right, about a certain image, and every part of the image represented a different empire, all right, that ruled throughout history. All right, so we're going to break it down. We're going to get into it, man. But the main point I want to make is in the 44th verse, all right? The kingdom of heaven is for no other people, all right? And we're going to prove that, man. All right, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians and Brazilians, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and you are the people, the only people that are going to rule in the kingdom of heaven, the elect of you. All right, starting with the 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, man, that has been chosen to be saved out of this destruction, man, that's getting ready to come, man. All right, so let's break it down, man. All right, so it says now Daniel, all right, he had the knowledge to break down dreams, man. All right, the Most High gave him the knowledge to break down dreams, man. All right, so Daniel was able to break down his vision, his dream that he had, man, because his dream troubled him, man. All right, so let's get it, man. All right, so it says first verse 31, it says, O king, sawest, and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold. All right, now the head of fine gold represented the Babylonian Empire. All right, the Babylonian Empire. All right, it says his breast and his arms of silver. All right, now the breast and the arms of silver represented the Persian and the Medes. All right, because after the Babylonian Empire ruled, the Persian and the Medes ruled. All right, the Persian and the Medes conquered the Babylonians, and then the Medo-Persian Empire ruled. All right, and it says, and his belly and his thighs of brass. Now that the belly and the thighs of brass represented the Greek Empire, all right, because after the Medes and the Persians ruled, the Greek Empire ruled. All right, so 33rd verse, his legs of iron. All right, the legs of iron represented the Romans. All right, because after the Greeks ruled, all right, after the Greek Empire ruled, the Roman Empire ruled. All right, and it says his feet, part of iron and part clay, which represents NATO and the European Union. All right, today. All right, thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces. Yeah, because the stone, all right, it says his feet, part iron and part clay, which represents the NATO and the European Union, which represents that time that we're living in now. All right, and it says, thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet. All right, yeah, because when Yahushua comes back, that's who's going to be ruling. All right, the NATO and the European Union, and America is on top of that. All right, controls NATO and the European Union. All right, so we're living in that time that Yahushua is going to return. We're going to see Yahushua's return, the Messiah's return. All right, and he's coming back to smite the feet, all right, of this image that Nebuchadnezzar had a dream about, man. We're living in a time of defeat right now that was made part iron and part clay. All right, thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands. That stone represented Yahushua, all right, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces, man. All right, because that's what Yahushua is coming back to do. All right, to take the kingdoms, the so-called kings and the rulers down. All right, from this planet Earth, man. All right, because the Lord is getting ready to set up His kingdom. That's what He's That's what He's going to do when He comes back, man. All right, to take down the kings and the rulers of this planet Earth, the so-called kings and rulers of this planet Earth, and set up the kingdom of Israel. All right, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, so it says, then was the iron and clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floor. Whoo! The wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. Yeah, no place of no, they're not going to be found no more in rulership. None of these nations, none of these so-called kings and rulers are going to be nowhere near power, man. They're not going to be in power no more, man. All right, He's coming back to take down all the kingdoms of this earth, man. That's what Yahushua is getting ready to do. That's that stone that's smiting the feet of this image, man. That stone represents the Messiah, Yahushua, man. He's getting ready to break that whole image, all right? Getting ready to smite this whole earth, man. The kings of the rulers of this planet Earth, man. All right. So it says, then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. That's right. And the stone that smote the image, which represents Yahushua, the Messiah, all right, became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. All right, yeah, because the kingdom of heaven, all right, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Israel. All right, the Israelites are going to rule this entire planet Earth, man. This is really Yahushua's kingdom. All right, but He's sharing His throne with us, man, and we're going to rule with Him together, man. We're going to rule this entire planet Earth, man, and every other nation is going to be beneath our feet, going to be our subjects, in subjection to us, man. All right, so let's read that again, man. All right, so it says, thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, which represent the Babylonian Empire. All right, his breast and his arms of silver, which represented the Mede and the Persian Empire, man. Because after the Babylonian Empire ruled, the Mede and the Persians ruled. All right, his belly and his thighs of brass, which represents the Greeks. Because after the Mede and the Persians ruled, the Greeks ruled. All right, the Greek Empire ruled. All right, his legs of iron, which represented the Roman Empire. All right, these are all the nations that ruled in order, man. All the empires that ruled throughout history in order, man. All right, it says his feet part iron and part clay, and that's the time we're living in now. All right, which represents NATO and the European Union. All right, thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands. All right, which represents Yahushua. That stone represents Yahushua, the Messiah. All right, which smote the image, all right, upon his feet. All right, because that's the time we're living in now. The time of the image that we're living in now is the feet, man. That was made of part iron and part clay. All right. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, and which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay. That's the time we're living in now. So when Yahushua comes back, all right, because we're living in that time, Yahushua is going to come back, man. All right. It says it smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay. Yeah, because that's the time we're living in now. So that means we're going to see Yahushua's return. All right. And break them into pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, the gold broke into pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor. All right. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Come on, man. All right. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Yeah, so now Daniel is getting ready to interpret the dream. All right. He was telling Nebuchadnezzar what he's seen in his dream. Now he's getting ready to interpret it. All right. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the Most High of heaven has given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven has he given into thy hand. All right, yeah, because the Lord sets up kingdoms and he brings down kingdoms, man. All right, when empires rule and kings rule, it's the Most High that put them in power, man. It's not of their own hand, it's of the Most High, man. All right, he sets up kings and he brings down kings, man. All right, matter of fact, let's get that. I think it's verse 21. All right, it says, and he changes the times and seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. Whoo, that's the Most High, man, because everything is in the power of the Most High, man. All right, the Lord is the one that controls all things, man. All right. So let's get back into this, man. It says, verse 36, this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the Most High of heaven has given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven has he given into thy hand, and has made thee ruler over all. Thou art his head of gold. All right, as we broke down before. All right, it says thou sawest, verse 32, this image's head was of gold. And I had told you before, all right, that this image of head, that was the head of gold, represents the Babylonian Empire. And this is what Daniel was telling King Nebuchadnezzar, man. All right, that he told him that thou art the head of gold. All right, because King Nebuchadnezzar was the king of the Babylonian Empire. All right, and after thee shall rise another kingdom inferior to thee, which is the Mede and the Persians. All right, because after the Babylonian Empire ruled, all right, the Mede and the Persian Empire ruled. All right, and the third kingdom of brass, which is the Greeks, man. All right, because after the Medes and when the Mede and the Persian Empire was taken down, the Greeks ruled, man. The Greek Empire came into power, man. All right, which shall bear rule over the earth. And the fourth kingdom, all right, shall be strong as iron. All right, which represents the Roman Empire. All right, because after the Greeks ruled, the Roman Empire ruled. All right, and the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron break in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that break in all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. All right, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, all right, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, and that represented the NATO and the European Union, all right? But there shall be in it of the strength of iron, all right? Because America rules over the NATO and the European Union, all right? They control NATO and the European Union, all right? It says, but there shall be in it the strength of iron, all right? Because America takes after the Roman Empire, all right, as we was reading before, all right? And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, which represents the Roman Empire. The iron represents the Roman Empire, all right? But the feet and toes that were part clay and part iron represented the NATO and the European Union. And it said, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, all right? America rules over the NATO and the European Union, all right? That's why it says, but there shall be in it the strength of iron, because America takes after the Roman Empire, all right? America is the reincarnation of the Roman Empire. That was the deadly wound that was healed, all right, in Daniel the 7th chapter, all right, because the Roman Empire got taken down, all right, but it was healed. How was it healed? When it came back as America, all right? America is the reiteration of the Roman Empire, all right? All the ways of the Roman Empire are all the ways of America, all right? The same way the Roman Empire ruled is the same way America ruled, all right? But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes and feet were, and that's the time we're living in now, the part of the toes and feet that were part of iron and clay, man. That's the time we're living in now, all right? And we read that the stone has smote the feet, man. That means we're living in a time of Yahushai's return. He's getting ready to destroy the toes and the feet, which is this time now, all right? And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings, which is now, all right, shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom. Yeah, meaning he's going to send Yahushua down to crack them clouds. So we're going to see Yahushua's return. We're living in this time now. All right, it says, and in the days of these kings, meaning in the days of the feet and the toes, which was mixed of iron and clay. All right, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom. Now, this is the point. All right. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall not be destroyed. All right. Because the Lord is coming back to set up his kingdom on earth, which is the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel. All right. He's getting ready to take down all the kings and rulers of this planet earth in this time now. All right. Via World War III. And him coming back with the chariots to destroy this place simultaneously, man. All right, with the nuclear missiles. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. Yeah, because the kingdom of heaven, all right, is going to be forever. All right, the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Israel. All right, also known as the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of heaven is never going to be destroyed. All right, the Israelites are going to rule forever and ever and ever and ever, man. All right, and the kingdom, meaning the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel, all right, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Yeah, because the only people that's going to rule in the kingdom of heaven when Yahushua returns is the nation of Israel. All right, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. All right, it's not going to be left to any other people. The kingdom of heaven is only for the nation of Israel. That's the whole point I want to get. The kingdom of heaven is only for the nation of Israel, man. The kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. Come on, man. and it shall stand forever. All right, because we're coming back. All right, excuse me. Yahushua is coming back to take down all the kings and the rulers, so-called kings and rulers of this planet Earth, man. All right, our kingdom is going to consume all these kingdoms, man. All right, every kingdom and nation is going to be under our subjection when Yahushua comes back, man. All right, Lord willing, I'm part of that number. All right. So now it says right here, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Yeah, the kingdom is only for one people. All right, it's only for the nation of Israel. It's not for any other people, man. The only people that's going to be ruling in the kingdom of heaven is the nation of Israel. Now let's also prove that with Revelation, the 11th chapter. All right, and now this is going to be basically it right here. All right, excuse me. Now, I could get other verses too, but I just don't want this lesson to be too long. All right. So it says right here, Revelation 11:1. All right. And there was giving me a rod. Excuse me. Revelation 11:1. And there was given me a rod. Excuse me. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High and the altar and them that worship therein. Yeah, the temple of the Most High is talking about the nation of Israel, all right? And that measure is talking about the Bible, man, the scriptures, man, all right? And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High and the altar and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out. All right, the court that is without the temple, all right, is talking about the Gentiles. All right, the Lord said to leave them out. Leave them outside the kingdom of heaven. They don't get the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is only for the nation of Israel. But the court which is without the temple leave out and measure it not. Yeah, measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. All right, the other nations, the Gentiles, as in the other nations, the heathen, they don't get the kingdom of heaven. The Lord said to measure it not. All right, they don't get to come in the kingdom. All right, let's read it again. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High, which is the nation of Israel. All right, and the altar and them that worship therein. And that measuring tape is the scriptures, man. All right, this is how we measure the nation of Israel, the elect, man. All right, but the court which is without the temple leave out. All right, which is the other nations. The other nations are going to be left out, man. All right, they can't come into the kingdom of heaven. And measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. All right, the Lord said to leave out the Gentiles. They don't get the kingdom of heaven. All right, they don't get to come into the kingdom. All right. Let me see how long this video is real quick. All right. Yeah, it's 23 minutes. I'm gonna just leave it at that, man. All right. So the kingdom of heaven is only for the nation of Israel. All right. The kingdom of heaven is only for the nation of Israel. It is for no other nation. Salvation is only for the nation of Israel, man. All right. That's who the kingdom of heaven is for, man. All right. But the court which is without the temple leave out, measure it not, for it is giving unto the Gentiles. All right, they don't get to come into the kingdom of heaven. It's not for them. They don't get to rule. They're not going to rule when Yahushua comes back. Every other nation had their time to rule on earth. Now it's our time to rule, and every other nation to be under us, our feet, to be our subjects, man. All right. So with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to say call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah Kwitash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you Seminole Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book, man. All right. So with that being said, I want to say until the next one, Shalom.